My name is Holmes, and I'm here to talk to you about UKIP. I know it's not a very sensible and perhaps controversial opinion to have, but I say the rise of UKIP and all other bad right-wing ideas indicates a failure. A failure of the liberal press to represent adequately the concerns of most people, which historically is supposed to be their function. That's Hobbes, that's my cat. She studies a lot in her own free time. Yeah, so anyway, any troops that don't understand or aren't familiar with this term, right? See, when people say the word liberal, we're not talking about Nick Clegg, right? They're liberal Democrats. That's a party. Another party with a bit of double speak going on, to be quite frank. When I'm talking about liberals, I'm talking about your liberal institutions, right? So you're talking about trade unions, right? You're talking about journalists, the press, right? You're talking about broadcasting. You're talking about the creative industries, artists. You're talking about the liberal kind of side of the church, right? So all of those institutions, historically, those are the ones who use their influence and privilege to represent mass populist concerns, right? So like civil rights, for example, healthcare, for example, or anything that anything that power concedes is all because of that. These days, liberals don't do that, right? They don't do that. They have their own conversations. So that's why UKIP ends up getting involved and ends up in this, because Nigel Farage is like that. Yeah, don't worry, I know what you're saying. I know that they're all calling you racist, but what do they know, man? They're all doing lucrative speaking tours and have book deals where they promote all of their ideas to help poverty, even though most people living in poverty don't know who they are. So that's like, what you're seeing is what has happened historically before with a lot of different countries, where you get a class of people who become more subordinate to power than they are to popular concerns, and I think that this is what's creating this feeling of alienation that people feel, where they turn to people with dodgy ideas. See, everybody voted UKIP, right, regardless of what you think of them, their anger's legitimate. If you voted UKIP, your anger's legitimate. What I might say to you is, I personally feel that maybe some of the people that you're holding responsible for that anger might not be accurate, but who am I? I might be wrong. I might, you know what I mean? I might just be a mad liberal wanker. You know what I mean? Oof, nothing could be worse than that. But I mean, like, you got to look at the fact that these people with their opinion columns and their books and their constant TV appearances. Take for example the programme I was actually involved in. Now, what kind of arse would I be to moan about being asked on a programme to ask what I think? But put it this way, I had to go and check in the mirror that my hair was still ginger after I watched it, in case that had been edited as well. What did I talk about on it? Talked about the obliteration of regional cultures in favour of this, oh, we want to make music for the masses, and that being like an artistic decision now, which is really like a corporate decision, but it's so entrenched now that people think that's their creative decision. I talked about radical independence campaign. I talked at length about the radical independence campaign. There was no mention of it in the programme as far as I remember. Now, the radical independence campaign, notice, they represent passionately, unflinchingly, the concerns of the mass people, even people that aren't interested in politics. They're all about calling out the power structure. They're all about identifying the hypocrisies, identifying the contradictions in this sort of like rampant capitalism. They got edited out of a historical document, right? Why? Because it's your liberal press who administer that kind of culture, and it's no in their interests. Like, it's not even a conspiracy. It's just they're like, it doesn't even matter to them. It doesn't even register to them. Like, that's fundamental to you. You know what I mean? So just have a wee think about that. because eventually these liberals, people get so pissed off at them, they'll get swept aside and see whatever emerges after that. It's not going to be as charming as Nigel Farage. It's not going to be as cheeky as Alex Salmond, you know what I mean? It's going to be somebody who tells you they know exactly how you feel, and just give them a wee bit more power, and they'll fucking sort it out for you. No more Mr. Nice Europe, eh? That's what Becky was saying yesterday. No more Mr. Nice Europe, Muslims the new Jew. What shit? All these right-wing nutters. I blame the liberal press for them. They should be representing your anger and you wouldn't be so pissed off. What do you know? You're just...
Instead of producing hundreds of fucking middle-of-the-road emotional songwriting pricks.
Exactly, know what I mean? Like,
that's what this country's come to.
It's all about fucking... Art's all about indulgence in the fucking self these days. It's all about fucking spectacle triumphs over all museums full of things that David Rockefeller likes, and if you don't get it, you're an idiot. Well, there's homeless cunts sleeping on the steps of the fucking galleries. What is art and culture and history for? What's it fucking for? Anyway, peace out. Fucking life for the apocalypse. I fucking swear, because I represent their fucking schemes, mate. Peace.